Hey guys, so a lot of you have watched my YouTube video about how to set up an art booth, and then you joined my Facebook group, Art Biz Secrets. And when you join the group, you ask great questions as you're coming in. So I just want to give you guys a few answers to the questions you asked. So the first one is from Lindsay. She asks, is it worth the investment in markets for what you generally sell? It's a big question because it depends on what you're doing with your art career. Is it a hobby? Is it just for fun? Is it something you're trying to use as a business to actually make money? I think you need to take all that into account before getting into any of the art markets and investing anything. Decide what is your ultimate game plan. Is it something that you're going to do for years? Because if you're going to do several art shows, I do think it's worth it. If you're going to take it seriously, then yes, it is an investment, especially the first show. You could spend, a good couple $100 to a couple $1,000 if you really want to get everything set up very nicely. It all depends on, maybe you can borrow a tent from a friend to begin with, or you can rent one. Maybe you have someone that can provide lighting. If you have everything framed, if your art doesn't require frames, there's a lot of different factors that go into it. But basically, you need to look at it from the eyes as a business owner. So what are your expenses? What are the profits? And is it going to be worth it for you to spend your time and money doing this? So like I said, the first show is going to be the most expensive, but ideally, once you have purchased all those basic structural things, the actual tent, the lighting, the art print holder, stand, things like that, you won't have to purchase it again, and it'll just be the cost of the actual art materials that goes into it. And then, gas, getting there, entering the show, a few, maybe upkeep, things like that. So ideally, eventually, it won't be as expensive per show. So that's really where you want to take into account how many shows are you going to be doing. Next is your perspective on the art show, because it's not just about what you sell at that actual event. It's about all the sales afterwards that you're going to make. Whether that is going to be commissions, whether it's going to be art you're currently showing or you're going to make in the future. All of the different ways that particular art show could make you money. That includes advertising on social media. So on like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I really am a big fan of YouTube because it is so searchable and it lasts for a longer period of time. People are still watching my videos that I created years ago today, right now as we speak. So I highly recommend, while you have your art up nicely displayed in a booth, just get out your camera, just get out your phone camera is all you really need, and do a nice slow pan of your pieces as well as some still shots. This is going to give you a lot of great content to be able to put up as advertisements and share with the world, hey, this is my stuff, this is what I'm doing. Not only at this event, but they're going to think about it for the future. And also they're looking at what you're already creating now as something that you could create for them. So let's say you paint dogs. They see a dog painting oh wow, that's awesome. I wish you would paint my dog just like that. Or, like my images, I do a lot of figure drawings. So it's women's backs. And they're like, well, I don't want that woman's back, but I want my back into a drawing. And then I create a commission based on that. So you have to get creative and know that it's not just about that particular event. It's about the long run. So making sure that you get their contact information, you're building your email list. A great way to do that is through a raffle. So just offer one of your inexpensive prints, something that's easy to pop in the mail, and then you get their email address, and you have now started to build a list where you can let them know about your future shows, your new creations. Just keep them as a warmed up audience that may purchase in the future if they didn't purchase that day. So to answer your question, I think it just really depends. How many art shows do you plan on doing? Do you have the funds in the bank? And writing down exactly what those costs are going to be for you. So do some price shopping, look around and decide, like, if you buy this tent and these frames and these prints, like how much is that all going to add up to? Is that something you can slowly purchase over time and invest in? Are there ways that you can get other people to support you or to borrow from, help you out? It's definitely a community effort when it comes to these things. It's hard to do it all on your own. Take some time to really think it through, decide if this is going to be the right thing for you, because it is an investment of your time, your energy, your money. But I think they're a lot of fun, even though they're a lot of work, and they can end up being very profitable. It all just depends on how much you put into it. For more art marketing advice, subscribe and join the Facebook group Art Biz Secrets. See you guys around.